Welcome to episode 2 of the Talking Guys.
How's it going, everyone?
Pretty fantastic as
Yeah.
normal.
Nice.
Life is
Very,
just great. Everything's
very
great.
nice to see you unpixelated.
Yeah, right. He finally got his camera fixed.
I didn't do anything. It's just working, okay? The next week it'll go back to not working. This week it's doing great.
Oh, so Seth, what he's saying is that episode 2 is his last episode.
Yeah, I
Oh,
guess so. So, looking for somebody to fill the spot, preferably if your name was Patrick, that would be useful.
Considering we already have the layout for
but
it.
you
Yes.
must have said thing.
What?
It has to be plaid. Come on, man.
Oh, a blanket. Okay.
I'm pretty sure there are plenty of guys named Patrick that I have.
Hey, and it has to have an orange. You see this color matching scheme? I'm actually a designer.
What, the pillowcase?
Yeah, it's orange, brown, and white and red. It all goes together so well.
This is why you failed fashion school, right?
And then we've got a violet, whatever this is called down here.
Damn. Yeah, you're just
Yeah.
color
You use the
coordinated out
fancy
the
colors.
ass.
I don't even know what those
Yeah.
are.
Hey, so if we go ahead and get this out of the way.
Oh God.
No, just the channel name. So after we aired last week's episode, we actually changed the channel name to the Talking Guys. So that is clearing the confusion if there was any. Figure
Now,
toss it out there.
I just wanted to throw this out here. I never thought about it until now when you said it. What happens if there's a girl on the show? Are they just going to be left out? Or on that episode, do we call it Talking Guys and Gals?
No.
I think you're overthinking it.
The
We
likelihood of us
are
getting
the
a
talking
female
guys.
guest.
The three of us are the talking guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Guests
okay.
are guests. They can be whatever
Then
gender they would like to be.
we'll put featured and be like
Yeah,
special.
yeah. Put that in the description or the episode title.
Oh, okay. Well, now that we have that clarified, I'm sorry. I probably should have not asked that on Aaron.
Yeah, probably should have done that during the pre-show. But hey,
Yeah.
what a way to start the podcast. First topic, I figure I'd go ahead and just apologize. Last week I
God.
got disconnected and kind of derailed you guys on your movie talk. So I figure we would just quickly resume that.
Oh, it's been a whole week though.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know where I was at.
So I watched the episode after
Okay.
after we recorded, and I went through it before we uploaded it. So you guys were talking about altered carbon.
Yes, and we actually have still not finished the show.
I haven't.
Wait, did we finish
No,
it?
we finished it.
We finished it. Never mind, we did finish it. I forgot the ending was spectacular.
Hey, the
Best ending
spoilers,
ever.
I haven't even started it yet. I've got a backlog of shows that I have yet to watch because I was watching The Sopranos. You guys ever watch that?
I heard it's good though.
So I don't want to talk too long about it, and I say that now, but people are gonna look at the timestamp and notice that we're gonna talk about it for a while. But I hope not. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. We'll see where it goes. Sopranos. Yeah, if you haven't watched it, HBO. It came out 99 through 2007. Yeah, it's actually probably one of the reasons that HBO is as big of a name as it is. 'Cause I think at the time they were doing more like romantic comedy style original shows, if I'm not mistaken. And The Sopranos went against the grain and completely changed the entire uh, future, I guess, of HBO. And that
isn't it based off of a mob family or something like that?
Yeah, so without spoiling it, because if you've not seen it, I definitely recommend watching it, especially if you are quarantined right now. We'll talk about that later. Definitely a show to binge watch. There's 7 seasons. Technically, the 6th season is considered part A and part B. There's 13 episodes a season. Each is about an hour long. But it focuses on a guy named Tony Soprano, and it's basically his kind of rise to power and the struggles that he has along the way. Absolutely incredible acting by everyone involved. There's not a weak character, and there's not a weak episode. There wasn't one episode that I was like, this episode's bad. Every episode is just
hard to find.
Incredible, yeah. But definitely worth something worth watching if you've got the time to watch it. Basically, Tony Soprano created the anti-hero that you see, and a lot of shows like The Wire, Breaking Bad, Mad Men, those shows solely exist
Mad Men, such a good show.
because of The Sopranos. They've even said that I think it was Bryan Cranston, maybe, that said that the Breaking Bad series and the character of Walter White would not exist if it were not for Tony Soprano. So, which
Well, that's a
is
lot
okay with
of
me because you know
high
the.
praise, but I haven't seen the show, so it's hard for me to.
Have you seen Breaking Bad though? Right?
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. But no, it's better than Breaking Bad, and Breaking Bad's like up there for top tier. It's also I think the reason Game of Thrones was successful because Sopranos made HBO. Yeah, hear me
Game
out.
of Thrones was successful because it was awesome. Just
Game
wanna
of
put that
Thrones
out
aired
there.
on HBO, right?
Yes.
And HBO was successful because The Sopranos made it successful. Therefore,
Okay,
The
let's put them
Sopranos
I don't know. You're
made.
stretching. You're stretching. Because
But there's a lot
Game of
of
Thrones could have
very
went somewhere else.
popular
They could have
HBO
went to
shows.
Hulu.
Was Hulu around whenever Game of Thrones aired though? Like when it started?
Yeah, dude, Game of Thrones has been out for like ever.
Right. I'm just saying, like, what was it, 2007?
Yeah,
Right?
no, I had a Hulu account before I had an HBO account.
Yeah. I'm just saying though. The Game of Thrones first date was April 11th. Hulu was 2007.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you realize how long Hulu's been around.
Yeah.
But would Hulu have had the budget though?
No, would not have.
Well, I mean,
It was
it would have been.
it was
third
very
party.
expensive to make Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but it would have been
And,
third party. With how
but-
much money they knew they were going to make from it, it would have been made no matter what.
But you got to realize that HBO has had a lot of good shows for a very long time. So
Yeah,
even though
HBO's great.
Sopranos was, popular, there's still a ton of other shows that are from HBO, like Sex and the City and
Yeah, Sex and the City came out before
The
Game of Thrones.
Wire, True Detective. I just feel like they've made a lot of them.
Yeah,
Even
Sex and the City
Westworld,
came out before
which
Sopranos did.
Westworld came out after they already had started Game of Thrones.
Have you seen any of the newest season yet of that?
I've only watched the first 2 seasons, so don't say.
I haven't. I haven't seen the third season yet either. I was disappointed. Were y'all disappointed with the second season?
I
Kind
only
of.
watched the first.
Oh well, then
Never
I
mind
guess-
then.
Can we talk about it? Do you
No.
care?
No,
I'm saying
no,
season
no,
two.
no.
Season two.
We should
You plan
probably
on
just
watching it,
avoid
right?
spoilers in general.
Yeah, because we've been looking at Westworld and thinking about watching it.
Okay.
again.
Well, we can
So I
spoil
don't
movies
wanna-
though,
I
right?
don't-
Movies
Yeah,
have been
I mean
out for.
things have been out for a while. Spoil them, spoil them. But
Oh, okay. So
anything that's current, like that just came out, like Altered Carbon, that kind of stuff, we should avoid
okay.
spoilers.
Like right now, I'm watching Ozark.
yeah, season three
the
season
season
3 just
three?
came out.
Very good.
I
So
haven't
far, so
seen
good.
again. My backlog is so long.
Extensive.
But yeah, and it's like I said, it's because of The Sopranos. I got caught up watching that. I actually I got behind on a lot of the podcasts I watch, other podcasts.
Yeah, you run out of time.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, no, I definitely want to watch the Ozarks or Ozarks
It's the Ozarks.
with
The Ozarks.
Bateman, right? The actor.
That dude. Yeah,
I don't know. I
Marty.
recognize him.
Marty.
From so many things.
Jason
His
Bateman.
name's Marty. Okay.
He plays
Marty and Wendy.
Yeah, but no,
That's their
the
names in
actor,
the
the
show.
actor himself is Jason Bateman. I think he was in
Oh, he's been in a lot of things.
Yeah, he's
no, Arrested Development. He was in Arrested Development.
Yeah, that's him.
He always plays that goofy, like dad guy.
Does he still play that same style in the Ozarks?
Yeah. He's kind of he's pissing me off lately though.
It's on
Like-
Netflix, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of the same comparison as Walter White and his wife is Marty and his wife, but it's the opposite. So instead of Walter, Marty being the Walter White and being like a real man.
He's Skylar.
It's his lady, and he's Skylar, and so he's like, oh, I'm not and you're just stop.
He's just trying to be smart.
Oh.
He's just trying to be smart. He doesn't want to get caught.
Yeah.
But he's already so far into it. It's over, brother.
Yeah, but he's afraid. He's afraid.
Whoa,
I mean, if you remember the end of
spoilers,
season 2.
Spoilers, man. I haven't seen any of it
if
yet.
You remember the end of season 2, he has a right to be afraid.
Don't talk into
I'm not
season
giving
2.
it away. I'm just saying.
We're just saying.
He has a right to be afraid and cautious.
But anyways, much respect to the lady, because Wendy has been taking it above and beyond, going above and beyond, stepping the notches up, doing what it needs to take to make a successful business.
Who is
and
the
if
actress?
her whole family gets killed in the process, sometimes that's what you got to do.
Life happens, man.
That's the
you
life.
do what you got to do for the dollar.
Yeah.
Why can't they get someone
man.
attractive to play her?
Whoa.
I'm looking at all the
talking
pictures,
about
man. I'm
acting
looking at the
experience.
pictures. Like, okay,
I kind of like her.
Skylar's hot though.
No,
Am I
Skylar
wrong?
was annoying.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like the actress,
I can't get
right?
past personalities. I'm sorry.
Yeah, her personality is so
matter to me
annoying.
too
I
much.
said no.
Okay, fair point.
I'm sorry. I wanted to like her, and I did like her for the first like 2 or 3 seasons, and then it was like
She kind of becomes a bitch.
Yeah.
But she's written well that way, right?
And she total great acting. Like, you can't stand her. She did a great job.
And I mean, back to my my last week's Altered Carbon argument is you need character progression. So I mean, they did it and they did it well.
Yeah.
Just,
it's
you should go through phases of liking and disliking people in the show if they're doing it right.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you hate the character, but it's because the actress plays her so well.
Like,
same with
Joffrey from
exactly. But it's like same with I was talking more like female characters, because in the Walking Dead, y'all watched the Walking Dead the first couple seasons, right?
Oh,
okay.
I've seen a lot.
Remember Andrea, the blonde chick, who was also a complete bitch?
Yeah.
Well, I've not read the graphic novels, but from what I have gathered online, the character, I guess, is way different on the show. And so she's just this annoying bitch that you don't care about because she's just a bad actress. But then you look at characters like Skylar and House of Cards. What's the wife's name? Claire. The actresses that play those characters do them so well that you hate them. It's not because they've got bad acting. But yeah, Joffrey is same. The actor that plays him.
Oh yeah, and you actually like Claire.
Oh yeah,
Cards for a long time.
I didn't watch the last. Did y'all watch the last season of that? Right.
I did not.
Okay, yeah. So I haven't either.
When the whole controversy happened, I was just like, whatever. It's not going to be the same. And I don't care what anybody says. It's not even about me supporting the guy or anything. It just, if you cut out a main character abruptly out of any show,
you end the show. Yeah,
is over.
Yeah,
and I don't care how good you make the rest of the show. It just doesn't work. It doesn't. Everything that they had building on that show, you expected Frank, right? Isn't it?
Yeah. Frank Underwood.
You expected him to, be part of it, whether good or bad, because it's not like you like the guy all the time. I mean, he's a pretty evil dude, really.
Y'all had watched the last season though with him in it, right? Yeah. Where spoilers, but it's been out for a couple years. Where he's in the White House or he's in jail or something, and he calls on the phone to talk to Claire, or he's going to prison, right?
I haven't seen.
Going to prison?
Yeah, like I thought he was going to prison or something like
bad
that.
was happening.
And then he calls her to like pardon him, because doesn't she like become president? And like she hangs up on him or something like that. I think that's the way.
That was the very end of the.
Yeah, that was the end of the last season he was in. But I didn't watch the season without him. Apparently, they completely ruined the entire show with it.
I mean, it's hard to write out a main character. The ranch, right? They did the same thing.
Yeah, I didn't watch the show, but it was the brother, right?
Yeah, and I mean, they did a pretty good job at continuing the show, but it was Rooster, the brother, he just all of a sudden was gone. And like they the way they covered for it was all right, and the show still went on, but it's still you take out a main character, it's hard to recover.
Yeah.
Like,
Now, isn't he in the newest season though? Like I thought they brought him back.
I haven't seen.
I haven't watched it.
He
but
wasn't on the most recent Netflix one.
Okay.
I don't think.
I thought they brought him back.
I kind of feel like a new one just came out not too long ago. I haven't seen, so I might not be up to date.
It's like on season 9 now, Seth.
I know.
Is it really?
And I keep up with it.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. It's funny.
I watch like
I like that lighthearted stuff. Like just.
Yeah. Right now, so I finished The Sopranos. I'm watching The Boys on Amazon. I don't know. Have y'all watched that yet?
Superhero movie, right? Or show?
Well, yeah, the show.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, I'm like on season. Yeah, I'm on season 5. No, I'm on like episode 5, I think, and there's 8 episodes. Patrick, have you watched any of it yet?
The Boys? No.
Yes.
Yeah, so
okay.
It's a cool concept. Like
yeah, it really is, right?
The superheroes are more of the bad guys, and so it's kind of cool. Like,
yeah, it's like think of it this way. So, if
this is on Prime, you said?
Yeah, Amazon Prime. It's called The Boys. They've got 1 season. It's 8 episodes. Each is about an hour long. To my understanding, I guess the second season's been delayed because of what else? The corona.
Oh God.
Yeah, I know, right? Essentially, though, the plot, without giving any of it away, I definitely recommend for those watching and or listening to check out The Boys if you've got Amazon Prime. It's definitely worth the watch. Just be mindful; it is adult oriented, and actually, we'll get back on the reason why it's so good. I didn't know Amazon created content like that.
What? They have a lot of good shows, dude.
No, I mean
really
like there's nudity.
Yeah, no, Amazon's more like HBO. Where you can find the more family friendly stuff, but it also has the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah, but no, I was surprised in the first.
And it'll warn you just off the rating alone. It'll be like immature, basically.
Yeah, it lists everything. It says it's like adult content. It says language, graphic violence, graphic nudity, themes, gore, and it's just like these are all my favorite things. I love it.
Like, yeah,
what more?
Okay,
so the reason, and I'll let Seth say maybe why he enjoys it in a minute. But essentially, yeah. So Pat, it's essentially the realistic take on superheroes. So they are basically contracted by this corporation, and they're dicks, they're assholes. They are arrogant. They view themselves as gods. They call them soups. Essentially, yeah. But so on the show, they're referred to as soups, and selfish.
I kind of super
Prideful. Yeah. But it's basically so they got this guy. His name is Homelander, right? And he's their version of Superman.
Okay.
I'd say more of a Captain
You don't
America.
think so?
More of a Captain America. Like poster
maybe
boy.
like a mix, right?
Yeah, he's like poster boy. This is what you should be, kind of thing.
Exactly.
Oh, so he's like the goody tissues?
Yes. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean that is the way, because it's very, they only like they're told where to go and who to save. Like it's all for publicity. So that's the character he has. Is I am the super down to earth, eat American food. Like I love burgers. I love apple pie. 4th of July. Like I mean.
But he doesn't. I'm assuming
he's just doing he does what he's told. Like to make his money. Like,
but in the first what was it, 10 minutes? First 10 minutes of it, there's a scene. It's just like, well, shit, I didn't see that coming. And that sets the tone for the entire rest of the season. It's really good.
Yeah. So there's only 1 season out?
Yeah, 1 season right now, 8 episodes. So I actually got a coworker. I told him about it, I think, like a day or 2 ago. He's been watching it nonstop. Not while he's working, but like on his breaks or his lunch or something. He's in the break room just watching it. It's like, dude, what episode? He's like, dude, I'm on episode 7. It's like, didn't you just start? He's like, yes, I just started.
Well, yeah, but when you go home, I mean, we're not supposed to be out and about. The whole world's supposed to just close down for the next 8 months. So while that's going on, we've gotta do something, you know.
True. True.
And see, that's one of the reasons why if they do a full shutdown and
Oh, God.
every
Here it
place
comes.
closes, it's like I can catch up on all these shows I've been
You
behind on.
might be able to, or they're gonna destroy the bandwidth and nobody's watching anything.
I've noticed that. Have you
True.
noticed that? Have y'all
Oh,
noticed
yeah.
that lately?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
especially depending on time of day.
My God,
Yeah.
especially like at night. That's when I get off at work and I'll come home and play video games. And it's just I've noticed the quality.
Has lags, server lag.
I'm actually hardwired now though, so I played my first
It
game of
hasn't been
Smite.
that bad for me, but I also haven't been playing, I feel like, as much because lately I've just been in this weird thing where I just feel like watching TV shows over.
Yeah, I'll say this real quick because I know we talked about video games quite a bit last week, and we're gonna try changing it up so it's not the same topic over and over each week. But I'm hardwired now, so hopefully I shouldn't disconnect from the calls anymore.
And
Lord
maybe your
willing.
skill-based matchmaking will be good for you, bro.
Well, I noticed. So I played one game of Smite last night because it took me a while to set the rearrange the setup I've got, and the servers were down on Smite whenever I finished everything, and I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm gonna go play a game of Smite and then watch an episode of The Boys, because it's a great show. Servers were down, so I waited a while, and they came back up. I played one game. Best game I've had in a very long time. I'm used
Probably
to playing
because
on.
trash was on. Okay, come on.
No, I'm used to playing on a wireless connection.
Settle down there,
Yeah,
champ.
no, I mean it's seriously amazing what a good connection and
Oh yeah, if
a
you're
good
hardwired,
system
I
works.
noticed it. There wasn't any lag. There was no latency at all. Everything. So I like to play a ranged character. I'm landing more of my shots because of it. This is cool.
It's shocking.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
so whenever I switched on Rocket League, when I switched from Xbox to PC, my skill didn't change, but I went from a low platinum to a high platinum just by making that switch. And like it matters, like what you've got. I'm able to use more frames, less milliseconds on my lag time, and it's true. And I'm really, I'm saying all this because this is for Tyler. I need you to listen. Buying it will make you a better player at pretty much whatever you play. Like I'm upgrading your stuff.
Well, okay.
Except for
that's why
RuneScape, you can play that on anything.
No, actually, it does even help on that. Because if you're a real tryhard on RuneScape, you do 3-tick and 5-tick methods, which means you have to like go through these iterations and do it perfectly. And if you have any lag at all, it messes that up and it makes it very hard to.
So years ago when RuneScape came out, what was that, like 2005, 2006?
A very long time ago, yes.
Yeah. Anyways, it was a while back.
I think I was in like first
But
grade.
it could be later.
Yeah.
Than
So 2007, it was really popular in 2007, though, right? Like 2007.
Yeah, old school RuneScape, 2007.
Yeah. So anyways, so I was playing it like when it was really, really big.
Yeah.
And I'm in class. The teacher leaves, and we've got I think it was a Photoshop class out, and one of the students had found the password because it was it was a restricted, like a restricted site, so you couldn't go play RuneScape.
Right.
But he got the password, and so she left to go do something. I forgot what it was, and so he's unlocking everyone's Macs. And so I was like, okay. He's like, dude, you should try this game. It's called RuneScape. I was like, okay. So I'm doing the tutorial. I don't know. I'm probably like 5-6 minutes in, and it has you cook fish during the tutorial. Yeah, and the text says you burnt fish. I was like, fuck that. I'm not playing this. And that was it. That is all my experience for RuneScape.
Oh, get it. Why?
I couldn't get past the tutorial. Yeah,
Dude,
I was like, this is dumb.
Nobody wants burnt
game
fish
in the entire world. It tells you exactly what you have to do. What do you mean?
I couldn't get past that. I was like, this is obviously too difficult for me.
I mean, you're level 1. Obviously, you're not going to be a master tier.
I
I have
mean,
99 cooking on my
you're
account,
either good at it or you're
a
not. There's
golden
no in
chef
between.
hat,
Like,
and a cape, and I don't burn any. I can just cook whatever I want whenever I feel like it, and it never
Yeah.
burns because I'm special.
Well, maybe not for too much longer though, but like Seth said earlier, if they shut everything down, they force the essential employees to be home, which all of us are classified as essential. Um, yeah, no, I don't think the bandwidth can handle everybody on, regardless of time.
yeah,
I don't think the economy can handle people being off work.
we're only worried about the bandwidth. The economy doesn't matter. Bandwidth
Honestly,
matters.
I didn't look up the stats, but I would like to see like a Pornhub graph and just see the percentage of this month versus last month.
I also wonder if how surprising it'd be if it did not skyrocket, because
I'm just ready for this to be the new generation called the Corona generation. It's going to be kind of like the baby boomers, but with Corona. There's going to be a lot of kids coming out in the next 9 months, 10 months.
Yeah,
And
probably.
yeah, because there's nothing else to do. So why not just have a kid? When the world's ending, have a child.
Oh yeah.
Problem.
Yep, there's a lot of logic there. All right.
Wow. Yeah, so movie, new topic. I don't think we talked about movies last week. What
Well, we just kind of talked about TV shows, but no, I guess we didn't talk about movies. We did talk about movies last week, and there's nothing good coming out.
No, I was gonna say like
007
your favorite movie of
last year. Oh,
yeah,
oh,
2019.
Woo.
Considering there
that's
has really been nothing that has been released.
2020. That's worth a damn.
1917 was pretty good.
Was
That was this year.
Deadpool 2 out in 2019?
No, I think that was the year before. Did you not see a lot of movies last year, Pat?
I honestly
Really did not
no.
watch many movies last year. Nothing that. I mean, there were disappointments. Like,
Well, so you're telling me out of all the movies y'all watched last year, you didn't have one that was like, wow, this is really good. So like Joker, did y'all saw Joker?
Yeah, I watched it. It was good.
Oh, okay, yeah. I did like the Joker. I liked that movie a lot. Felt like I had a lot to say.
Avengers, that came out last year.
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
they wrapped it up pretty well.
I think so.
Homecoming came out last year, right?
There was some major
No, Far From
flaws.
Home. Far From Home came out.
Far From Home. Yeah, the most.
I will argue. Far From Home is better than Endgame.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm a big fan of these the new Spider-Man that they've been doing.
Yeah, Tom Holland.
Yeah, I'm enjoying them. And so
Yeah.
no, I definitely say that's probably one of my top movies, but I didn't watch very many.
That's the thing is, I don't know with the whole shutdown if the movie was impacted the third one or when it's even supposed to come out. But I finished Far From Home and then immediately was wanting the next one. It's a good movie. Both of the movies that he's been in, even Civil War, were all really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a great choice.
Yeah,
initially
they casted a good person, and then they've made it well.
Well, so initially, whenever they were casting for him, I tried out. I was that close to making it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was just your accent was a little off, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, my accent was just slightly off.
Damn.
No, they casted him for Civil War, and for those that read the comics, one of the big things in Civil War is Peter Parker reveals himself as Spider-Man. And at the time, he's, I don't know, mid-30s, and he's been doing it for a while, and he's married to Mary Jane Watson. So whenever it was shown that they had this kid cast for the role, and I'll admit it, ask anyone around me, but I did not like the choice. I was like, the reason they're doing this is because he's bankable, he's young, and they can use him for the next 10 years. But I was wrong, and I will. Yeah, I'll admit I was wrong, and he was incredible. He's incredible at what he does. So definitely, definitely,
He's a very good actor.
great
Plus,
choice. Yeah.
just fun.
Last year did the comic Spider-Man come out last year?
Into the Spider-Verse, I think that
Yeah, because
was
that one was
28
I think
fantastic.
that was 2018.
2018.
But
But yeah, no, that's one of my favorite animated movies. You're right. It is absolutely
Yeah,
fantastic. If you've
very
not
good.
seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, see it. It's incredible.
Yeah.
the
But
soundtrack was
you
on
said
point.
yes. Pat, you
And I
said
did my favorite was probably the Joker. If I have to pick something, it was
you
that
got
one.
one, Seth?
It would be Far From Home.
Okay. I liked Ford v Ferrari. I recently rewatched that the other. Y'all didn't see that
Heard of it.
with Matt Damon and Christian Bale.
I didn't
I
hear about it, but I
saw
like them.
the commercials for it, never went and saw it. I mean,
If
I'm
you
telling you, me and Seth are like awful when it comes to going and seeing movies now. We just
yeah,
don't
well,
go and see them anymore. We
if you get the opportunity, and this is for everyone that hasn't seen it, go Redbox it. It's it's really good. And I feel like
don't
Christian Bale
don't
got
red
screwed.
box it right now though, because you could get killed doing that. Okay, so it's not very safe, but
Bring
maybe in
your
like
own wipes.
months.
Yeah, bring your own disinfectant wipes.
Okay, well, and a mask, and make sure you wash your entire clothes when you get home, because I've heard people have been doing that.
Oh,
I
so you're
have.
saying just jump in
No
the pool
doubt.
then?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. But
it,
yeah, Ford v Ferrari. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely go check it out. I said Christian Bale. I think he got screwed for not winning at least anything. I don't even think he had a nomination for his role, but he's an incredible actor. Anyways, I don't think I've actually disliked him in any role.
yeah,
Well, they
no,
kind
he's
of do that
definitely
when
good.
it comes to all that. I mean, it's really just a popularity contest and who they like that year. So
Yeah, that's
that's
true.
that.
Well,
That's
unless you're
why all
DiCaprio.
of these Oscars and everything, the people that win it, it's like you have to be liked by the people
I mean,
in the Oscars.
you
They
know,
don't just give it to the person who does the best job, based primarily off of politics and how well you suck up to people.
Without a doubt.
Because okay, the fact that you know Will Smith or Leonardo DiCaprio haven't gotten one, or it took them forever to get one, and they've been in all blockbuster crazy good movies over the years, it just doesn't
Right.
make any sense.
wait, you're
It's
telling me though,
100% fake.
you
And then
don't think
Jennifer
watching?
Lawrence was like in like 3 movies, and they're like, "Here you go, Jennifer."
I mean,
Oh yeah,
Jennifer
no, she's
Lawrence.
trash.
No, I think she's
No,
a great actress.
she is a great actress,
Like
but okay, really?
I mean, I can't think of their names right now, but she's in a couple movies. The one we talked about the other day,
Silver Linings
yeah, the
Playbook.
Silver Linings Playbook did extremely
Haven't seen it.
well. Passengers
good movie.
also extremely well. Like, I think she's a good actress, but you know,
I mean, I'm
popularity
not
also
saying
comes into
she's not a
that.
good actress and that she didn't deserve it. I'm just saying like it's literally who you are and how favorite you are at the time. And for a while there, Jennifer Lawrence was literally every Hollywood's favorite everything.
Oh no, yeah,
So
she's the
it
reason
didn't
that
matter what she made. It's the best. And you're like, have you seen some of these other movies that people have made where they're being like super real and you're giving it to her and she did an okay job. She wasn't bad, but was it the best, most like the best and yet different and unique? I feel like for me, it's like when it comes to film, because I used to do film stuff with Tafa and all that. I just feel like when you see a great film like Silver Linings Playbook, that was a great film and it was unique and different. So that's something that okay, awesome. Maybe you deserve it. But
yeah, you
a lot of these big movies, you know, it's like I don't understand why they give them to some of the people that they give them.
yeah,
It's
you say the
And
earlier.
I could go pull it all up and look at all the different people that have gotten it over the years, and then like write down why it sucks. But they definitely don't give it to the people that always deserve it.
Yeah. Real quick, you mentioned earlier that there was a time period. I think it was around Hunger Games, right, where she was like the person to cast for anything,
Mm-hmm.
and they cast her, so she gets cast as Mystique, and she's an all right Mystique. Not my first choice. Well, yeah, I guess not. Um, but because she's popular, they've got to make her a main character.
All right.
And so she winds up leading the X-Men essentially. And it's just like, really, Mystique, X-Men leading? No,
She's
where's
she's really
Cyclops?
like, yeah, she's really a background character.
Yeah, it's like,
But
she's part of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. I think that's yeah, and she's not an X-Men. I think she may have been on like a side team, like maybe X-Force. I don't know, but I know
Yeah.
she was not an original X-Men,
No.
and they put her basically where you've got Charles Xavier in First Class. He recruits Raven, as her name is Raven Darkholm, I believe, and she's like his first student, essentially. It's like, no, that's not accurate. It was Cyclops. It was Scott Summers. She's not part of the original six. I think it was six.
Yeah,
X-Men.
but we live in the day and age, right, where it's all about just making the political opinion happy. So you
But
know,
I mean,
they,
also though, in my personal opinion, I don't like Cyclops at all. I don't like his character, and I do like Mystique. So it worked for me, but I definitely get what you're saying. Like it's
Is
not
it is it
accurate.
the is it the
I
James
mean,
Marsden Cyclops you didn't like, or the comic
I
book Cyclops?
I
Because
don't.
James
I have
Marsden
never read a
Cyclops.
comic book in my life, nor do I plan to.
yeah,
The way like the panels and stuff, it gives me a headache. Like just even looking at it, it's just too much going on. But yeah, no, I mean, I just didn't like the character himself. Is very arrogant, but not very useful.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
he is underutilized, and he was not cast properly for the original, I guess, three X-Men movies with James Marsden playing. Nothing against James Marsden. I think he's a good actor.
I mean, but in his defense, he was going up against Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, but at the time, Hugh Jackman.
Wolverine is just sick, dude. Nobody
But
dislikes
Pat,
Wolverine.
Pat,
And
at
an
the
entire
time,
movie's based off of him.
at
It's
the
not fair competition. You can
at
only
the
have one
time though,
alpha, and he was the alpha wolf. So Cyclops had to be the beta, and because he was a beta, he was going to be a bitch because he was mad that he couldn't be the primary, big boy.
but Patrick, whenever they cast Hugh Jackman in X-Men, Hugh Jackman was a nobody.
But he
So
wasn't going to be a nobody. I mean, you see the guy.
yeah, eventually, but at the same time, when the movie was in 2000, I think is when the first X-Men movie came out. They're all on an even playing field, because I think at the time, even James Marsden, they were all nobodies. Maybe Halle Berry. I think Halle Berry was like the A-lister they had, alongside obviously Sir Patrick Stewart and
Yeah.
um, who's the actor that played Magneto?
Oh.
Ian McKellen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was Ian something.
yeah.
Yeah.
But those three were the A-listers, and so the rest of the actors were kind of nobodies. But yeah, you're right. Obviously, X-Men just boosted Hugh Jackman to where he is now.
Did X-Men boost Hugh Jackman or did Hugh Jackman boost? It's
Oh
a
God.
question that needs to be answered because the guy is sick. He has, he's just. I mean, you just
Yeah,
can't
huge
not like
Jackman.
him. I mean, come on, dude. He's ripped. Got a
Yeah,
good
but
voice.
is all of that
His
is all of
character
that
was by far the coolest character of X-Men, in my humble but correct opinion. There's not very many people that can eclipse him.
Uh,
There are some X-Men movies where there might be a character that was more interesting, but over the entire, arc of X-Men, he has been the favorite of everyone. Everybody loves him. So I just, half the reason I watched X-Men was literally just because I liked Wolverine so much.
Oh yeah, no, Wolverine was a front runner the entire series, even in the newer ones. Well, okay. Yeah,
His
from the
character
first one.
stories, just
I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, isn't he the only actor that was in all uh, eight? Was it eight movies?
I think he was in almost every movie, even
Yeah,
if he wasn't a main role.
he
They
was
threw
still a
him in at some
cameo.
point.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
he's in First Class when they go to the bar
yeah,
and they
yep.
try recruiting him, and he basically just tells
And
them to
he's like,
fuck
yeah,
off,
yeah.
which
He's
was the
like,
greatest
dude.
part of the movie.
I mean, it just has a cool story, the fact that he lived through all the wars, with his brother and all that, and then I don't know, I just love his character, and the whole deal with X-Men 1 through 3 when, him and Jean, and she goes crazy, and he basically, like, he's the one who has to get rid of her in the end. It was just, I think they did a really good job of making him like this.
We'll agree to disagree, but the movies, they
Okay.
did not adapt well from the comics.
Right. Well, I didn't read the comics,
Yeah,
so
see that's
I'm not a
any.
real, like, Marvel or
Yeah.
thing
I was gonna
person.
say any conversations we have about things that have been comics. I mean, it's one of those. I don't have that, which I'm actually kind of glad that I don't have something to base it on. Because when it comes to Star Wars and canon, we're not gonna get
Yeah.
started. It
Oh
bothers me a
yeah.
lot about
No, I think that's
what
a
they have
topic we'll
ruined.
stay clear from.
Yeah, no, I mean we can hit it up, but we can have a 2 hour long podcast about just it with just me
Just Star
talking.
Wars.
But
Hey, maybe when we get a future guest,
Yeah.
who happens to
that
Kyle.
we would need we need a 4 hour long one for Kyle and I to go back and forth. But
hey, I'd be down.
But yeah, no, it's because it bothers me with Star Wars, right? That the things that they changed. So not knowing that for Marvel, DC, and all that other stuff it's cool with me. Like, because I would get annoyed. Like,
Yeah.
I think anybody, right, who has read something that's been adapted into video format, no matter what it is, book, comic, short stories, and then they change it into an actual film, it's just, if you've read it and you've experienced it, without knowing anything about it, and you just walked in and read this book, like, or it's just the amount of detail and everything that comes with it and building that story is just, there's no way to compare it to film. So it's very hard. I feel like it is an extremely hard thing to achieve a film that, if you've read the literature behind it, can make you happy. There's very few films that have ever done it, nor will, because even with, like, Game of Thrones, if you've read a lot of what happens in Game of Thrones and then what happens in the TV show, the books probably did it better. It's just, it's a lot of time and effort to go into the books, right? But the show is still a great show, an amazing show. Everybody loved it, and never read the books, watched the TV show, so it brought a bigger audience in.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've read so many books. Like, a great example is Aragon. The books were great. The movie was the worst movie I have ever seen in the entirety of movies.
that was such a fail.
I don't even speak about it. I don't even think about it. It's so bad compared to what
I mean, just on that. I mean, I watched the movie first for Aragon. I didn't read the books for years because I'm like, there's no way. And I have Patrick telling me that it's great, Asher telling me that it's great. I need to read it. And I'm like, no, there's no way. Like, how bad this was, I don't want to waste my time and read it. I finally read it. They're great.
Yeah.
Now you said a few examples though. The Lord
of the Rings is
Lord of the
actually,
Rings,
I would
yes.
say they did a
There's a couple of
very
things.
good job.
There's a couple of things that
Pretty
they
good.
didn't add. We're not going to talk about The Hobbit because that trilogy was
Oh God,
and
no.
should never existed. But
Yeah,
the
they
Lord of
ruined that.
the Rings trilogy, the Lord
Was
of the Rings
fantastic.
trilogy, as I read the books first,
Me
and
too.
my favorite book series, I guess, would be the Lord of the Rings. I love The Hobbit. The Hobbit's my favorite book, next to Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. If you haven't read that, it's also really good. But
Everything Tom Clancy makes is good, though. If you actually read his books, like, they're
yeah, for the
always
most part,
interesting.
yeah. But I think
Right.
Rainbow Six, I think is his best. But yeah, so there's a couple of things that they don't have in the movies that were in the books, and there's some things in the movies. I said that backwards. There are things in the books that were not in the movies, and there were things in the movies that were not in the books, but they were small enough that I don't think it detracted from the experience. Yeah, you're right. It's difficult to adapt a movie from literature and not have people be upset.
Oh yeah. I mean, what you have to do going into it is, like, as a a fan who's read the book and you're going to watch a movie or a TV show, you have to just understand they had to shorten it. They will take things out, but when you're making a TV show or a movie based on a book, you have to go through it and figure out what you cannot take out, without ruining it. And some people do that. Like Lord of the Rings, they took out stuff because they had to. but they still kept the story extremely well. Like you knew what was going on. Game of Thrones did it well as also
the extended edition ones really like.
Oh
great.
yeah,
If
that's
you
the only way
can
to watch
bear
it.
standing like watching a movie that's 3 hours and 30 minutes long, fantastic.
Yeah, but then there's other ones like I can't think of a specific one off the top of my head that I read the books on and was just really disappointed.
Dark Tower, I heard was pretty bad.
I didn't watch that or read the books.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I wouldn't. I'm never watching that.
But
the Dark Tower. You're talking about the one that was based off of Stephen King.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, not going.
Yeah,
to,
I just looked it up.
Can't.
It is a 16% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Probably awful.
Yeah.
Seth, I would say one is I've heard a lot of people that watch Harry Potter say that if you've actually read the whole books, that there are parts of it that were disappointing. But me personally, I haven't read all the books and I watched the movies and they were great to me. And the end was awesome. And I never expected the way Harry Potter ended to end that way.
So well, that's because they were extremely well written.
But it really crushed me.
Was the only thing I would really complain about Harry Potter is how they ended it in the movies. Like they did, instead of like they stretched stuff out and I didn't really like that. But it was a lot of books and so they had to squeeze them down a lot. So they had to take more out of it than they do in other movies. Like Harry Potter is like one of the ones that should have been, if it was a TV show, it would have been amazing.
Oh god.
Just because they could have kept more in it, but there was so much content they had to cut things out. But I still think they did it pretty well. I mean, you could argue that there are definitely stuff they should not have taken out, but they're long movies. They made 8 of them. Like there's a lot of they still squeezed a lot in.
But, and I know for a fact that when I ever have kids, if I show them those movies, they're going to love them. Going to love them. They were well-made movies. My cam is shaking.
Messing with the desk.
Yeah, it's because I'm leaning on my desk and it's because I'm ADHD. Some shape.
No, you're Patrick.
I can't stay still, okay? It's hard. Extremely hard for me. All right? Seth over here can stay still, and it blows my mind, honestly. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know how he does it. But me, literally, if I stay still for too long, I probably would have a panic attack or maybe melt. Like
melt is probably what would happen. I'm no doctor, but I've seen it happen like 5 times, so.
That's why the cat doesn't like laying on me, because I can't stay still, man. It just kills me. Gotta move. Like I have to be moving something. Like a leg, a foot, something has to be moving. A finger, a hand, my mouth, something's got.
Yeah, you're good with that. Yeah, that last one. You can't seem to stop moving it.
That's rude. I only talk sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the talkative one in the group.
Yeah, exactly.
Always saying words.
Y'all watch Ready Player One, right? You had seen Ready Player One.
Yeah, that was actually okay, but the books were way better. Yeah, I listened to the book. The book was way better.
Yeah, I mean that was one that's a good example right there for what they changed too much. They're not the same. They're not the same. I enjoyed the movie, but the book destroyed it because they changed a whole lot.
And if you read that book, the way it makes you feel and the nostalgia you get from it and how they go into these old games and everything. Ready Player One, the movie just was not that.
I hadn't read the book, but I enjoyed the movie.
I listened to it on Audibles, and it was great.
Definitely.
Yeah, maybe we'll eventually get an Audible sponsor.
Audibles is the best, man. I would sponsor them for free, literally. I'm just saying. I mean, I love Audibles. I preach Audibles for the rest of my life.
I do a lot of.
You like edibles?
Edibles are good too, but in moderation. Yeah, and they last a very long time. So if you want to be like productive, or you get interrupted a lot in your day, not a great idea. That's my official opinion on it. I do like.
Y'all got one more topic?
I think I'm good, man.
Yeah.
I think we talked about a lot of stuff today. Obviously, I think we.
Yeah.
There's much more to
I
say.
think there was a
This is a
better
good
flow
ending
this
point.
week. Thank you for bearing with us. This is something we're working on trying to get better at. So
Definitely.
hopefully as the weeks go by, we'll get more professional.
Yeah.
More professional, more smooth. There was no bad things. So improve across the board.
Yeah, and I know, especially in the immediate people who will be watching this, that we have Harry Potter fans. I want to hear your opinion on book versus movie.
Yeah.
Definitely. So if you comment.
I haven't seen or read either, so my opinions are invalid.
I know Asher has watched, or he was the one who told me to read Ready Player One, so I would like to hear his opinions on.
Quickly, did you watch the movie or read the book?
Actually, I read the book first, then watched the movie.
Okay.
So,
yeah. That's what I quickly say before we get to the outro. Our first video is at 176 views as of this film. Yeah, I know, 176 views.
That's actually
as of this
insane.
filming.
I can't believe.
We have created social media pages. They actually should be somewhere. You'll see them
at the bottom of the screen.
It's somewhere.
At the bottom of the screen.
Somewhere
but I only have one underneath me. One's underneath Will, and one's underneath.
Yeah, it's somewhere. Also, the links will be in the description. We just want to take a minute and say thank you for subscribing, supporting the channel, and watching us. I mean, this is just something we've been wanting to do for a while now, and we're having fun.
Yeah,
we all
like to fun right now.
We've all got opinions that differ, so that makes it interesting. So yeah, thanks for listening to us argue.
Yeah, definitely. New video out every Monday is the plan. So we'll get this recorded, edited, viewed, and then you guys can watch it tomorrow.
Yeehaw!
Awesome.
Was there anything else you guys want
no.
to sign off?
I think that's all I got. Make sure to watch, share it. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Share it. Like our Facebook and Twitter pages.
You're supposed to be like, hey guys, appreciate you watching the video. Just make sure to like and subscribe, and have a great day, okay?
And don't forget to ding that bell.
And don't forget to ding that bell. Yeah, just like that. And good.
All right.
I guess that's it.
Peace.
Have a good one.